Hi class, welcome to another tutorial on multi-threading. So this time we will see how multi-threading can help us increase the execution performance, right? So first we will see a simple program without thread, right? So you can see I have commented out this threading. So I am taking import time and then I'm writing two functions, division and multiplication, right? So whatever is the division which is coming, I am just dividing each number by 5. Okay, and for multiplication I'm multiplying each number by 5, and in every list or in every for loop what I'm doing, I am sleeping for 1 second, right, just to increase the delay. So in the main I have numbers, I have 5 numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm dividing each number by 5, so it will be 2 3 sorry 2 4 6 8 10, multiplying by 5 will be 50, and so on. And I am noting the time. So before calling the function, I am noting the begin time. After I call both the function, I get the current time. And okay, if you want, let us do something like end time is equal to this, and we can have end time minus begin time. Fine. So I begin from here. I call the normal function division. So the division function says there are 5 numbers, will sleep for 5 seconds and execute this. Similarly for multiplication, and then we will see what is the total time taken. Right? So you can see I sleep for 1 second. So 10 by 5, 20 by 5, 30 by 5, 40 by 5, 50 by 5, and then I square. So some random text I'm writing. Actually, it is into 5. So the total time taken, you can just keep an eye on this window, 10.007. Why? Because see, we did not employ threads here. So while the division function was executing, it waited for the entire division program to get executed. Similarly, after the division got completely executed, then it called the multiplication. Then the multiplication program executed. So roughly it took around, because we had 10 numbers, it took, and it slept 1 second for every number. So roughly we took the total time as 10 seconds. I hope that is very logical. And now we will see another program, the same thing, but with a threading implementation. So you can see I'm importing threading here, right? So I have the same division numbers, I have the same multiplication, same inputs, fine. And now let us do this. So now you can see I am invoking the division function via the threading class, right? So the thread is the method here, and I'm passing my arguments the same numbers. Similarly, I'm initializing another thread T2, fine. So in the T2, what I'm doing, I am basically starting this thread, okay. In T2 I am calling the multiplication thread. So see, again this will have no impact, because what I am doing here, I am starting T1, right, waiting for T1 to finish, and then I am starting T2. So in this case you will not see a difference in my opinion. Let me just execute this. So you can see double 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 it is coming, right, because there was T1 dot join. Yeah, it was waiting for T1 to execute. So you would say that again threading has caused no difference at all, right? So now let me just change one sentence. So what I'm doing, I'm executing both the threads independently, and then since both the thread basically will start independently the moment I'm doing start, so you can see this will get a mixed up double square something like that, but eventually I will wait for both the threads to get completed. Now let us see the output here. You can see double square double square double square double square, see, and in this case the total time taken is only 5 seconds. Now why did this happen? This happened because the moment I said T1 dot start and T2 dot start, because both the threads were initialized to call independent functions. T1 was initialized to call the division function, T2 was initialized to call the multiplication function, right? So what happened, both of them executed simultaneously, right? Let us go back to our paint window, right? So this was our main thread. So T1 basically started with the division, right, and it went on executing. So somewhere down the line T1 thought ki, okay, here it is T1 join, so I need to go back to the main. Similarly, the moment T2 came, T2 came here, T2 simultaneously called multiplication. So what happened here is, like, division and multiplication. So can you see in the same timeline it is executing, right? In the same timeline, both are executing parallelly. So when it is executing its sleep of 1 second, multiplication is also executing its sleep of 1 second, right? So the total waiting is just 1 second, right? The total waiting here for the system is only 1 second, as against in the previous case when you had a main function, then you called a t1 start. So the division was waiting 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second. Then t1 dot join was coming to the main. Then t2 was starting, and then again we waited for 5 more seconds. So the total was 10 seconds. But right now, what is happening? I have the main function, which is going like this. I say, okay, T1 dot start. T1 is executing its own parallel process. And because of threading, I am saying, okay, here T2 is starting its own parallel process. So we have three parallel processes. The main is running, T1 is running, and T2 is running. Since they are running in concurrency with one another, the waiting time is now half, right? So you see how much it is, like a 50% improvement, right? We had 10 seconds, 50% of 10 is 5, so we got a 50% improvement just by implementing it as threads, right? So I hope you get a feel of this. So let me execute the code once again. Right, obviously the loss here is like the numbers are a bit jumbled up here, but you get an idea about it, right? We have two functions and we are using two threads to call them, and we are calling them simultaneously, and finally we are waiting for them to exit, right? So that's it for this class with this tutorial. Thank you.